Watcher, welcome back to Essential Handyman. Today we're going to be unboxing and reviewing the Ryobi Reciprocating Saw, or Sawzall as they say in some parts of the world. This is the R18RS7 cordless reciprocating saw. Now at the time of recording this video, Ryobi do 3 versions of the Sawzall. 2 of them are around about the £60–70 mark, and this one is the top of the range one. It's about 125 quid. So it's a little bit more expensive. Well, it's a lot more than the other ones, but it's jam-packed full of features that make this stand out. And for me, made this the one I wanted to buy because, well, let's go through the features and I'll show you. Okay, now I have used this already. I've used it a few times around the garden, so I've got a little bit of experience with this. And this is why the box is already open. What's in the box? Okay. We've got the instruction booklet. You'd be surprised actually, there's quite a lot of features on there. You do need to read the instruction booklet. Normally, you'd think you wouldn't, you just think you point and play, but you don't. Standard Ryobi literature, warranties, etc, etc. Okay. Now, also in the bag you do get a multi-purpose 6 teeth per inch Ryobi Sawzall blade. It's only it's a 6 inches blade, I think. These machines are designed for cutting wood, metal and plastics, and this I believe is an all-purpose blade. However, I quite like the DeWalt blades, and a little bit of a sap here, I like the DeWalt carry case as well. DeWalt blades I think perform well, so I use these. What I like about these carry cases is, if you've only got 6-inch blades in there, like the shorter blades, it compacts down and it stretches up for the bigger blades and compacts down for the smaller blades. I think that's quite a good feature, so that's why and the fact that DeWalt blades are pretty good. They're the blades of choice for me in this container. So if you like the look of that, feel free to go online and order one of these yourself. Okay, now the features that I like on this saw. First of all, the anti-vibe. Now if I push this, you can see it moving. Look. Now, as you know, if you use a reciprocating saw, I'm going to say Sawzall. I know it's an American term, but it's easier to say. A lot of vibration comes through the handle, but with this, that rubber joint there, it takes a lot of the vibrations out of your hand. On the handle itself, you have a lock. You can see there. If you push it into the right, it's in unlock. You push it into the left, it takes you to the locked mode where you can't press the trigger. Push it to the right to unlock, and now the trigger works. Obviously it's brushless, as I said. Now what I like about this, it's a variable speed trigger. If you just depress this slowly, starts off at 0 revolutions and goes up to 3,200 revolutions. Let me just put a battery in. I've got a 5 amp hour battery and I'll show you that. You can hear it. You depress it more. So you can just depress it slowly just to get your cut started. That's a great feature. One that the reasons why I wanted to buy this tool, for the extra money. You've got the heads here. It rotates upon its it twists on the axis, so that if you use a Sawzall, you're meant to keep this against the wood the whole time, or the metal, what have you. This just allows you to twist, you know, if you're going around a log or something, and maintain contact. It's a keyless or toolless blade change system. So you lift this up, you put your tool, your blade in, and then you go to lift it down, you find that there's a lock. I like this, it stops it just coming down. You have to push this section here down, and then it can lock in position. I like that, it gives you that locking ability. So just lift it up, put your blade in, lift it up again, undo the lock, and it's locked in there. Another great feature on this, you have, if you look there, you can see arrows pointing left and right. Your standard Sawzall action, forwards and reverse. This Sawzall also has an oscillating, or it's called an orbital cut feature. So instead of just cutting forwards and backwards, it rotates on an anti-clockwise, so it will go this way, anti-clockwise, which is meant to cut a lot quicker. So instead of forwards, it sort of rotates, and that means that the cut is meant to be a hell of a lot quicker, although I'm not so sure it's a neater cut. So we'll do some investigations, we'll cut some bits of timber and we'll see whether or not it's neater, it's quicker, etc. I like the feel of the rubber handle. The rubber handle is really comfortable. It's super grippy. It's not going to slip out your hands. And the other bit where you keep your hand on the Sawzall up here, again, fairly slippy. It's plastic, not rubber, but it's got like a knurling type finish there. That's pretty good. It's not a light gun. It's slightly on the heavier side. Don't know how heavy it weighs. I'll put that on the screen. But you know, you don't use these for hours and hours and hours. Let's do a noise test, shall we? Okay, background ambient noise is 35, 36 decibels. Let's run the tool. I'll run it about a metre away and we'll see what we get. So 90 to 95 decibels, which is fairly loud, but it's not the type of tool that you're going to be using inside in the workshop. This is the type of tool you're generally going to be using outside, on site, in the garden, etc. So noise will probably dissipate. Now, in terms of review, I have a failure to admit. There's an Allen key just on the side of the handle here. It comes with it. And you'll see a hole at the top of the Sawzall. This goes in there. I don't know what it does. I've tried to get the information. I've got no idea, but I've no need to use it yet. It's just, I don't know. It's something to do with perhaps changing the mechanism up the top, changing this sort of guard or plate, whatever it's called. I don't know, but as I say, I've been using this tool. I've not needed to use it yet. It may well be one of those things that you never ever need, but I can't give you every bit of information, I'm afraid, because I've got no idea what that tool does. Let's go and test this outside. Obviously, when you use a Sawzall, you should always wear protective goggles. This is just a thin bit of metal. It's an old broom handle. Hang around with that, did it? Cut through that really nicely. Little bit of rough edges, nothing a little file can't sort out, but not bad. That's a pretty good cut. Next, we've just got a little bit of plastic. We'll see how it deals with the plastic. As you would expect, cut through that really cleanly. That's a really nice clean cut actually. Not level because of the way I was holding it, but in terms of the finish on there, whoops, the finish on there, that's pretty good, isn't it? This is a rail from a fence post. I'll cut this and see what this is like. Right, we are going to try this on the standard backwards and forwards cut. See how we get on. Forwards. Here we are. Let's go. So it burnt through that seriously quick. Now let's change the setting. Put it on the orbital setting. See if it's quicker or any neater. You can see we've got a fair bit of blowout there to the front. Let's see if this improves that or makes it worse. is a little bit quicker, and the blowout is less actually, isn't it? So the orbital mode, I'm liking that. Right, let's take it over and cut a dead tree I've got in my garden. That was on orbital. Let's put it on standard, backwards and forwards mode. Smashes through it, doesn't it? It's got a really handy LED work light as you pull the trigger. The work light comes on and it stays on for about 10 seconds after. Stats say that with a 5 amp hour battery like this will give you 300 cuts through 4x2 timber. That's a lot of work. That is a lot of work on one battery charge. And the orbital setting, you cuts 30% more material on each cut. Sounds a lot to me. Didn't seem like that on the test. Certainly cut quicker and it was a lot neater. Didn't feel like 30% more. But that's what the stats say. Well, there we go. The Ryobi Reciprocating Saw R18RS7. Do I like it? Yes. Am I happy with the £125 as opposed to the 65? I don't know, because I don't know what the other ones are like. But for me, the features on this make me want to spend the extra money. Is it worth it? I don't know. You'll have to do your own reviews. I'm happy. I only did, 10 cuts or so, but I didn't get much vibration through my hand, which you tend to get with Sawzalls. So if you're using it a lot, then that's good. I like the fact that it's a lock feature, makes it safe. I love the reciprocating, the orbital feature, that's really good. Is that worth another 65 quid? Another 60 quid? Probably not. But all in all, I'm happy with it. Would I buy this over £60, £70 versions again? Probably, because I like the features. But if you're in the market for a Sawzall and you want one, then it's up to you. Obviously this is the Ryobi 1 Plus system, so it's a bare unit. It doesn't come with battery. You need to buy the battery yourself. And a unit like this has probably got quite a big battery drain, so you're not going to want like a 1, 2, 3 amp hour battery. You're going to want a 5 or 6. This is the new technology, so it's got the, is it the HP, the higher power port on it. My batteries are just 5 amp hours. They're not higher port batteries, not higher high power ones, and it works well. You see it cut through the tree. That's a hardwood, that old dead tree, and that's as solid as anything that just flew through there. I know it's to do with the blades, but the power's got to be there as well. So up to you. I can give you my unboxing and my initial thoughts, and if you're in the market for one, hope this helps you make your mind up either way. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you soon. See ya.